What's up, people? It's your boy Chaos, and it's just our opinion segment. You already know. And the topic rather, students versus teachers. What the fuck is going on in this society, man? What? Well, I know a lot of you probably have seen the viral video of the young lady, two young ladies at a school. I don't know where it was at. I don't know the young women's name. Well, one is a teacher and the other one is a student. The young lady looked like she could have been, looked like she could have been in grade school. I could be wrong. Might have been junior high. But you know, what I'm talking about. It's a video where this young lady which is a student, and her teacher literally got into it because the teacher took her cell phone, apparently. And it has gotten to the point where this is being very normal in Western society, where students are basically going against the teachers that teach them on a daily basis. I have a little clip. I'm thinking of the teacher and the student. Let's see if this is it right here.
Student versus teacher part one.
Why does the rules not apply to everybody else? That's my phone. No, you did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my shit. And don't touch me. That's my phone. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Well, according to TikTok, you know how it is. It was pretty violent, so the person kind of darkened it out when they started getting to the rumbling part of the fight. But the young lady was on her cell phone and, clearly ignoring the teacher's, instructions on the lesson that they were given. And she was like, the hell with that, what she talking about? I'm on my fucking phone. And the young lady asked her to bring her phone to her, and she, I guess, didn't want to bring it to her or something. So she came over there and she took it. And the young lady was like, "That's her phone. You ain't got the right to take her phone," whatever the case may be. Which she has the utmost right, because I don't even understand this generation. I mean, because back in the days we didn't have phones. Of course, because technology wasn't that legit like it is now. And I can understand that the parents be wanting their kids to have phones just in case something happened. But in retrospect, that's an excuse, because, what happened to when the teachers, where the parents used to rely on the principal or the school to answer their phone calls in case of an emergency. So they let these kids pretty much make their own planning throughout the school situation, you know what I'm saying, in society. Because this is not the first video that shows young people going at it with the teachers. You have tons and tons of videos on YouTube, TikTok, and even Facebook and stuff. And I got a couple of them, mostly coming off of TikTok. Check this out.
Shocking surveillance video shows an Indiana high school teacher approaching a student, appearing to reprimand him, then slapping him so hard his head slams into the wall. Seconds later, the student collapses. Officials say the boy needed immediate medical treatment. Hosinski was arrested on the preliminary charge of battery and fired after 4 decades on the job.
Don't yell at me! Give me the phone.
No, I don't want
Give
it.
me the phone.
I don't want it.
Here's your choice. You give me the phone and you might get it back in 8 minutes, or I take it to the office and you never see it again.
Why?
Because
Why
you're
would I-
not supposed to have your phone out. Arrgh! You know how hard it is sometimes to be your teacher. I should be able to come to school and teach instead of coming to school and babysit.
But like there's 8 minutes until spring break. Why would you take my phone?
Because I hate them.
Why would you do that?
Where'd he go?
Put all food away now.
It's not gonna fit in my purse.
Or what? Put it in your pocket. All food away.
Girl, and then talking about little girl.
If you need to close your mouth, please stop.
I'm about to see you talk to my grandma like that. She was drank him in her bed.
Are you not gonna stop?
Is you gonna stop listening to him? The hell?
Put the food away and stop.
What did I just tell her?
Put the food
What did I just tell
away.
her?
Everybody get the food off your desk now.
Exit the door.
Are you arguing?
Exit the door now.
Are you arguing? Are you arguing?
Exit the door
Who you talking
now.
Who you talking to like that?
You.
Calm down.
You asked me to
You
yell,
calm
so
down.
now I'm yelling.
Calm down talking to me like that.
You asked me to yell. You asked for it, so here
Stop
you
talking
go.
to me like that. Alright.
Exit the door now.
You can stop talking like that. I don't know who you talking to like that.
Get out now.
I don't know who you talking to like that.
Get out now.
I don't know who you
Get out
talking to.
now.
I don't know who you talking to.
You know, I never in my life thought in a million years that the situations that we see in this society today, as far as the educational system is concerned, were really, oh, I'm just bullshit, I'm lying. I knew it was coming. You know why I knew it was coming? Was because here's the thing. You got to think about people's backgrounds, where these young folks come from. You got to think about the whole concepts of America's educational system being the shittiest educational system in the whole wide world. You got to think about that these teachers come there and they don't get paid shit like they supposed to. But at the same time, have to caretake and babysit a bunch of crying and whining brats that literally are pit bull trained to go in the same position as an average grown person. See, the thing is, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, it's just the black people. It ain't the white people. It's the white people. It ain't the black people. No, it's every motherfucking body. It ain't just the black and white. It's not a black or white thing. It's a human thing. It's a thing that is called accountability that we don't practice anymore. And these young folks are basically picking up all of the, what's the word? All the fuck shit that is being taught and brought to them in the homes that they lay their heads at. And they take it and bring it to school. So now the teachers have to sit up here and try he or she's best to teach a bunch of kids who are basically traumatized in the wrong direction of fuck shit. And what I mean is, you got these young men who come from broken homes. Their father not there. And on that side, mainly is our people, black people, who is, you know, mainly fatherless. On the white side of the gang, they have both of their parents, but their parents are too busy getting the bag, as they say in this society. So they're not paying attention to these young folks, like they're supposed to. They literally let them get whatever they want, do whatever they want, and it is what it is. So, like I said, it's fuckery on both sides of the coin. Ain't nobody's situation no better than the next. So these young folks, they come to school with the whole concepts of evil tree towards the teacher, and the teacher have to fire back and protect themselves. And a lot of time when they protect themselves, they kind of go a little overboard, but in some ways or another, it's not really overboard. It's just the fact that the media hypes it up to make it look like it's overboard because they want unaccountable society brewing in this world in this country we live in. And that consists of, they are just kids. They are learning. They don't know any better. Whereas obviously you fuck face bastards that's out here telling yourself these lies to the weak masses. And some of these weak masses are sitting up here going along with it like a damn fool. But at the same time, when you bring those same kids into their house, they call them the goddamn cops. Why you don't have that same energy when they come in your house? Because they're not in your house. But anyway, the thing is, on another hand, too, this weak ass educational system that is given to these kids is very boring. It's very misguided. It's very misleading. And it's a lower frequency of values in these kids' mindsets. That's the reason why a lot of times they find themselves like, oh my God, this is boring. Forcing boring literature and historical values instead of breaking it down and showing it how TIT is, and making it more exciting for them to want to learn. But no, they teaching this shit to these kids like they're in prison. But if you really look at the whole concept of this situation, it is prison. Because they feed these kids anything that ain't really all that on a nutritional value. They say it is, but it ain't. Because you go to some of these metropolitan cities, you'll see what these kids eat. You'll be like, oh my God, they better off just going to prison and eating lunch there. But, the media are not going to ever bring up nothing like that. You know why? Because the powers that be knows what's going on and they don't care. And it's designed by them to be this way. Because one thing for certain, even when I was coming up, even when I was in school back in the 80s, in the early 80s, or mid and late 80s or whatever the case may be, the 80s decade period, we had sense enough not to try the teachers, because we had parents. They gave a fuck. And some of us, even when I was living in California, had a 2-parent home. So we had both genders that we had to deal with. If we ever crossed the line in the sand at school, where the teacher had to call and say, Tyrone is up here clowning. Because see, back then, they didn't have cell phones and all the little gadgets they got now, because back then, the teacher would just call your house and tell on you. And your parents dealt with you when you got home. Or they will come up there to get you and beat your ass in front of everybody to let everybody know that this young man doesn't do this all the time, and not to mention to embarrass your ass to get right. You don't have that anymore. You basically have young men and women being friends to their family members, their mother and father, instead of their child. So when you have your child thinking that they're just as old as you are, they have that mindset when they go to school. When they have that mindset when they go to school, the teacher is trying to teach the child to be the way the child's supposed to be, a minor. But the child's mindset is of a grown person. You don't tell me what to do. Give me my goddamn cell phone. You're not my mother. You're not my father. And that's where the shit hit the fan. Now the teacher have to sit up there and hoop and holler at them and make them act right because your sensitive ass parents are not doing it at home. So these teachers have to defend themselves, but at every cost. But like that one video I showed in Arizona where the man pushed the little boy up against the wall or whatever the case may be, that was just half of the clip. I'm assuming. No, I'm not going to assume. I believe the young man was talking shit. The young man was making threats. The young man was this, as they say, PTSD. And he got his stuff and he walked about the classroom. The teacher was still trying to get him to understand. And he probably said something because you couldn't hear no audio. And he pushed the little boy up against the wall and he fell down, talking about he needed medical attention, which is the concepts of I'm a fake like I'm really hurt because this is going to get the TV, news media in uproar and it's going to make the masses get into a bigger uproar. It's all the unaccountable tool of victimism, if that's a word. You know, everybody want to be a fucking victim out here. And that's the reason why this society is going in the direction that it's going, and that America is going to continue to lose. America is going to continue to lose its superpowers. America is going to basically drown in its own feces and blood because you trying to raise your child to be like you. Evil, wicked, and everything that is ungodly that can hurt themselves and the people around them. But we're not thinking like that because here's the thing. We think that we just want our kids to grow up in a beautiful lifestyle that we never had. And sometimes we kind of misconstrued that concept because the lifestyle that we never had could have been to the point where your mom was whooping your ass because you was too lazy to do certain things. And you like, I'm not going to whoop my child the way my mother whooped me. So you let your child make his own decisions and you make your child your best friend and all this old stuff, telling you all your business and things of that nature. And like I say, back to the point of going to school, they go to school fully grown. Can't tell them nothing. So you have videos where the teacher and the students are fighting like cats and dogs because you done told them that if these teachers get in your face or say anything, they ain't got no business, whoop their ass. And if you can't whoop their ass, just tell me, I'll come up there and whoop their ass for you. Because, yeah, you got parents jumping and snapping out on the teachers as well. That's what makes some of these teachers scared to teach or scared to say anything to your child. Because you make it really easy for these guys to educate your illiterate ass child. Whew, this is too deep. This is too easy. But, like I say, y'all better get y'all shit together, America, with your youngins, because, like I say, the Most High, he helps brings in this world, and he takes out this world. And the only thing you can holler is, why, God, why? Why did you take why my son? Why my daughter? Well, you know what you did, don't you? You let your child be the ignorant footstool of ignorance. So, hey, it is what it is. So don't wait till something happened to your child in nature and let them just do what they want. Because, like I say, time waits for no man or woman. So you better think twice when you letting these kids go to school and do what they want. Because, like I say, the karma is real. What goes around comes back around, dead or alive. Now you go figure. Your boy Chaos. Deuces.